Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing. Today we're looking at the new releases for Legions Imperialis, the Legion Astartes Super Heavy Tanks and the Saturnine Battle Group. So first of all I want to say massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending us these over a little early to check out on the site. In this video we're going to have a look at the kits, see how they go together, see what they look like in the flesh, and then in the second half of the video we'll have these built and painted so we can see what they look like compared to some other models in the range. But yeah, big old wave of releases for Legions Imperialis alongside the new journal. So that is a new format for supplements for Legions Imperialis. If you've played Old World or Horus Heresy, you know what to expect. It's a kind of softback, small format book with lore in there, scenarios and rules for these new models. So yeah, we've got a full write-up of that over on spruesandbrews.com. But yeah, these are the kits that are in there. So these kits are £32.50 for each of the two Super Heavy Tank boxes, and then £129 for the Battle Group. So we'll have a look at the tanks first, and then we'll jump into the Battle Group in a little bit. These two boxes basically do, between them, all four different Super Heavy Legions Astartes tanks. So the first box puts together Falchions and Ascalon, which is a new tank that we've not seen in the Horus Heresy before. It's a super heavy flame tank, which is really, really cool. And then the other box builds fell blades and glaives. Two models in each of these boxes, and you can build them in whichever loadout you want. So I'm probably going to build one of each so we can see them, but if you did want to build two of one type and none of the other, you can do that too. You've also got the various sponsor options on there as well. So yeah, should we crack one of these open and have a look what they're like? We'll start with the fell blade and the glaive. Obviously we've seen the fell blade in plastic Heresy scale, and now we've got it in teeny tiny Imperialis scale. And yeah, we get two duplicate sprues in there, each sprue building up one super heavy tank. So yeah, impressive looking model. I built up the Mastodon not so long ago for the review for that, and this seems you know, similar kind of scale to that, so it'll be fun to see it on the battlefield. Probably at the end of this we'll do a side by side comparison with the big version of this as well. But yeah, you get all your weapon options on the sprue. This is just a duplicated sprue, so you can build one of each or two of one of them if you want to, which is pretty cool. You also get, is this a new transfer sheet? This is the existing vehicle transfer sheet on there. And I'll have a quick look at the instructions, just see how this goes together. Again, I'm not expecting this one to be super complex. If you built any other Legions Imperialis tanks, I'm sure this is going to be very, very similar. The main differences between the two flavours of tanks is obviously the main turret and some gubbins on the back as well. So yeah, so you build up the chassis and then pop in the fell blade accelerator cannon, pick your sponsors and you're good to go. And then a slightly different assembly for the glaive, just because it's got those kind of gubbins for the Volkite on the back of it, and then a slightly different turret as well. So they're basically, I suspect this is how the plastic one's going to work as well, because they both share that rounded turret. The parts will fit into there quite interchangeably. So yeah, that is the fell blade and the glaive. The other kit is the Falchion and the Ascalon. Again, expecting this to be very similar, just with that more squared kind of mount for the weapons, which we can see there instead of the dome. Other than that, very, very similar setup to the other one. Again, each sprue can build one of either tank, so you've got your options to build them both the same or one of each as well, which is cool. So yeah, they look really nice. Again, we get the same transfer sheet in there, and we also get instructions. Again, we'll have a flick through. Going to be very similar again, just the way the main hull and weapon mount of this goes together is going to be a little bit different. And again, the top piece, depending on whether you build the big death laser or the big flame cannon. Now that is a flamer off a Warhound Titan as well, so I suspect in game it's going to work the same way. We do have a review up of the new book on there, but we'll chat about the rules again at the end of the video once we've managed to dive into those. So that is the first of the new kits that we've got. The other one is the Saturnine Battle Group. So this basically takes all of those new units that came in the Saturnine box for Horus Heresy and puts them on Imperialis scale. So we flip it over, we get Saturnine Terminators, we get Saturnine Command Groups, and we also get the Saturnine Dreadnoughts and the Arachne weapons platform, which does have a few different weapon options too, which hopefully we'll see in the larger scale game. On top of that though, you also get some more tanks in here. You get the Vindicators, which are a new kit, the Mastodons, which, you know, both of these came out in the last wave of releases, so nice to see these included here. And then you get a couple of Fire Raptors as well, so nice little force. At the time of filming this, I haven't worked out the points on here, but I imagine it's a fair chunk. There's a couple of detachments you can field with this stuff, so yeah, looks pretty fun. But yeah, let's open it up and have a look what they look like inside. If we crack this box open, we get a load of bases. These look like they're 32mm bases maybe, so slightly larger than most Imperialis bases. Again, they're quite big models. If we look at the frames, we get a load of them for the new Saturnine stuff. So these have got the Command Squad, the standard Saturnine Terminators and the Dreadnoughts on there. And you can see they all look quite chunky, to the point where if you're thinking of going to town and doing detail on these, they aren't super small compared to most Imperialis kits, so these might be a nice one to go to town with a bit more detail. I'm going to paint these up as Sons of Horus to match my existing Imperialis army. So yeah, it's going to be fun to see what they look like in the flesh. But yeah, really cool kit. In the box we also get the Arachne weapons platform, so 2 sprues of them. So I imagine what we're seeing here is 2 boxes of the Saturnine stuff and 1 box of the accelerator platforms. Again, you do get some different weapon options on here that we don't see in Heresy yet, so it'll be interesting to see if they get scaled up. But it looks like it's pretty much a straight copy of the 40k version, sorry, the Heresy version. Again, quite a big size to them as well. And it looks like you get, what's that, 4 on each sprue, so 8 in total. So yeah, really nice assortment of them. We also get some returning kits in here as well. You get a couple of sprues of Vindicators. You get a sprue, 2 sprues even, of Fire Raptors, so enough to build 2 of them. And enough sprues to build 2 Mastodons as well. So nice assortment of kits. Before we jump to the future and have a look at them all built though, we will have a look at the instructions, and we'll have a look at the new flyer transfer sheet as well. I believe this is a brand new one. Oh no, it's the same one. So yeah, we get an aircraft transfer sheet there to put on your Fire Raptor. But the instructions, so the Arachne weapon platform, again, 3 different options for it. The quad accelerator is what we see in Heresy, but we also get the frag missiles and the twin Punisher cannon as well. That sounds cool. So yeah, and looks like we've got an option of which weapons we build for them as well. So again, we'll talk rules wise in the second half of the video, but you do get the option for all the different variations there. Mastodon, Fire Raptor will move out the way. And then we've got the Saturnine Heavy Assault Cadre. Most of these are single piece, or very few pieces in case of the Command Group. Saturnine Dreadnought looks like he's quite a few pieces, but again he's quite a chunky model, and you do get options for all 4 weapons as well. I don't know if there's magnet holes in there for Imperialis. It's probably a bit too small scale for that kind of thing, but yeah, you do get all the weapon options. And then the Terminators themselves, they do have weapon options as well. So you get the bodies, you get the arms, and you've got the choice of the weapons you put on them as well. So again, we'll talk kind of loadouts and how they go together in the second half of the video. But yeah, really cool looking box. So what we're going to do now is jump to the future. We'll have these guys built and painted. So I've been working on the contents of the new Saturnine box, and you get an awful lot in here. You get about 7 kits worth of stuff. Now, kits for Imperialis I think are about £30 a kit, so you're getting approximately 200 quid's worth of stuff for £129 I think this box is off the top of my head. So decent savings, especially if you want all the new Saturnine stuff. Obviously you get some older kits in there, like the flyers, and the tanks were from the last kind of wave of releases, but everything else in the box is brand new. And we'll start looking at these Saturnine Dreadnoughts. and they are very, very cool models. You get the options for 2 different weapon loadouts. So you've got the what's it called, the inverter cannon option, and then you've got the plasma and disintegrator option as well. So they're basically the 2 loadouts mirror the 2 boxes they've put out in Horus Heresy. You can't interchange between those 2. You have to have the set guns, so either this one or this one, which isn't terribly clear in the instructions for building them, so just watch that when you build them. I mean, Imperialis, the scale of the guns are so small anyway. I'm sure most people let you use whichever loadout you want, but yeah, these were really, really nice, and kind of a little shrunk down version of the Horus Heresy Dreadnought. Really, really nice. For a scale comparison, they've got a little base of Marines here, so you can see it's quite a big model for Imperialis. Speaking of big models, you also get the Saturnine Terminator kit, and in here, each of those sprues, you get 2 command squads. And again, these command squads are really nice. Again, from a size comparison to normal Marines, they're quite a bit bigger. So yeah, there's a bit more, I guess, detail you're able to paint with them being that slightly higher size. They're still not massive models, but yeah, they're really cool. The Saturnine Terminators themselves have got quite a few different loadouts as well. So here we've got Disintegrator and Fist. I have got a squad of dual plasma for these guys. We've got the option for 2 disintegrators, and we've got the option for plasma and fist. Whoops. You get, pick that one up in a second, we get the options to build with all the stuff in the kit, 1 squad of each weapon loadout, which is really, really cool, because it means that you can do 1 of each if you want to, or you can kind of mix and match if you want more or less of them. So it gives you all the options there. You also get enough of the gun turrets, the what they call Arachne turrets, to build 2 of them with rockets, just due to the number that's on the sprues. So 2 of them can be on with rockets, and then the other 6 you can build with either the accelerator cannons that are on the Horus Heresy release, or the new is it Punisher cannons, I think they are. So yeah, I think you get enough pieces to build basically 3 of each of those loadouts and 2 of the rockets. There might be enough parts to build 4 of each of these, but there's definitely enough parts in the box to build 2 of the missile ones. So if you did want more of those ones, you're going to have to scavenge some bits off eBay, or see if you've got friends who want to trade parts. But yeah, really impressive kind of loadout. Obviously you get the Mastodons and the Vindicators, which are really nice vehicles. So I think that's a really, really good box, especially if you're getting into Legions Imperialis as well. It's give you a decent sized force to start playing with. Now, the other kit that Games Workshop sent us were the 2 Super Heavy Tank kits, and I built all these up as well. So we've got the Fellblade I've painted up to match my Sons of Horus tank company, and this is a very, very nice tank. Again, if we use our trusty Space Marine for a size comparison, you can see that's a big old tank. We've got a Vindicator there as well for kind of scale. So near enough the size getting on there for the Mastodon. And yeah, each box builds 2 tanks that can be any of the 2 variants. You've got the 2 with the kind of domed turret. You've got the Volkite one as well. If you wanted to build 2 Volkite, you can. If you wanted to build 2 Fellblades, you can. If you want to build 1 of each, you can. So you get enough parts on there to do whatever you like. These obviously share quite a few shared parts, but there's some like different detailings on the top of them. The sponsons are all the same. You get options for the sponsons too, with quad las cannons, laser destroyers. I think there's a heavy bolter option off the top of my head as well. But yeah, really, really nice little tanks. Now the other box builds the ones with the more kind of square turrets. And then you've got the big kind of neutron death laser. Again, this looks really nice with the kind of squared top on it. I'm looking forward to this coming out in Horus Heresy as well. And then that kit also builds the new Ascalon, I think it's called, the new flame tank which again has got like a Warhound flame cannon on the front of it. So yeah, very, very nice new kits. So yeah, we do have a full review of the new supplement book as well. This is a softback in the style of the Arcane Journals and the Journal Tacticas. So if you've picked up any of those recent Specialist Games releases, you know what to expect there. So that kind of thing has all the rules for these new kits in there, plus some narrative bits and some fun kind of bits in there. So we'll go over that over on spruesandbrews.com in our full review. In that review as well, I have images of all of these kits built and painted as well, so you can see what they look like in the flesh. But yeah, really exciting time for Legions Imperialis. There's been an awful lot of releases for it this year, and I love the game. It's really, really cool, and I hope more people kind of get into it with boxes like this, where you can get a decent chunk of models for a good price as well. So yeah, let us know if you are looking to start into Legions Imperialis, or if you've already got an army and you're looking to add some of these new bits to it. Like I said, if you've enjoyed the video, give us a follow, give us a like, share this video, and yeah, let us know what kind of you looking forward to for Legions Imperialis. If you would like to support the site as well, we do have an affiliate link to Element Games up to date, where we get a little bit of a kickback for anything that you buy, so that is in the description. And yeah, much appreciated if you do use that. But yeah, until next time, have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.